Well, it is finally here. Today we start the two-handed enhancement shaman leveling challenge, quote unquote, mostly testing out some things on the alpha. Now is the time. We just got amazing new Tauren customization. The Tauren customization's in really quickly. Just want to show some of it off. New hairstyle that I absolutely love. New facial hairstyle with like 3 braids. Pretty sure that's new. As you see here, we got like a totem around my neck. And of course the tattoos and the color schemes. And oh, and yeah, this like headdress here, which is new. It's just awesome. Tauren got so much. And we are going to try out Enhancement Shaman. Got a lot of changes recently, just this build. So we're going to give it a go. And we'll have some fun along the way. I just want to point out real quick that as you see these... oops. Accidentally talked to the one. But the NPCs are actually wearing the headdresses too. So that's kind of interesting. And this one even, I think this is like a tattoo style or something. I don't know, but that one has like a necklace on, and yeah, so the NPCs, yeah, that one has a necklace on too. It's got the one of the necklaces. So anyway, that is that. We're gonna get to it and have some fun along the way. We're starting, of course, from level 1 this time. Intentions let's go through the list of things we want to do here. So I want to play an enhancement shaman and test some things out. I would like to try my best to do two-handed enhancement shaman. I've looked at it a fair amount, and it's weaker than it was on live. On live, it's actually like remotely viable. Like, it's actually not bad, especially just for leveling. But they nerfed a lot of things. They took Rockbiter out of the game, if you haven't heard. Rockbiter is no longer a spell, so we'll see what that looks like. But of course, most of the damage we're going to do is just auto attacks, and that gets maybe pretty boring pretty quick. But I don't know, it can't be any worse than the DK one, right? Like, that was literally just one spell. That's it. 99% of the times I pressed an ability was a single spell, so can't be any worse than that. Looks like the way to start though is with lightning bolt, so start with that. It's a lot of damage. But yeah, this is kind of like been something that's been in my mind for a long time. Leveling without proper, 2 weapons as enhanced. I did do it relatively successfully. Like, I didn't start a challenge or anything, but I messed around with it a lot in BFA, and even in Legion 2. It was kind of fun. But this would be the first time I've ever embarked with the intention to finish. So yeah, we'll be testing Chromie time. That's the next thing. I don't plan on doing any other restrictions. Really, this is just to test Chromie time, to test Enhance, and also to test the Tauren. Just see how Tauren looks with the new customization. And my God, do they look good. So we'll be using all the gear we get. Oh yeah, Primal Strike. So that's a big thing. And let's talk a little bit about Primal Strike, because very interesting spell. Primal Strike is a spell that actually allows me to do damage with a two-handed weapon. That was how Rockbiter worked for the longest time. Rockbiter allowed me to swing my two-handed weapon and deal physical damage with it, like on top of auto attack. So the fact that they got rid of Rockbiter is regrettable, but for the next 18 levels it goes 1 to 20, I'll be able to use Primal Strike as my main damage source, and that is going to make this actually really quick. I was testing this a bit, and it's actually really good. Like, legit does very, very, very good damage. So yeah, but then at 20 as enhanced, it becomes Storm Strike. So the only option to avoid that is to stay Ellie or Resto, I guess, which was something I wanted to do anyway as a challenge, but that'll be a different day. That'll be when we're trying to actually properly do a challenge, not just test stuff. Because then you could stay like two-handed Ellie. The problem is you have no Wind Fury, and you're gonna see Wind Fury is actually really good, and Wind Fury Totem is actually really good too. So I'm looking forward to getting these things because they're gonna be very powerful and very fun also. But of course, yeah, we're going to do very, very little damage. So if you watch the previous leveling session challenge thingy that I did on the alpha, we talked a lot about this no talent concept. And I like Shaman's ability to do it because they have Flame Tongue, which is fun, just as fun as Wind Fury in some ways. Wind Fury is so much more iconic though, right? But the problem is they kind of don't, I feel like they don't really have they have like a lack of interest. I feel like it's not very interesting, especially now that they lost Searing Totem. So the big thing for me was that they lost Searing Totem. I'm very upset about this, frankly, and I'm gonna grieve, you know, air my grievances a little bit here. You know, when they talked about class design in Shadowlands, even at BlizzCon, they said that they wanted to bring back, you know, flavor and basically like the de-pruning, right? So, you know, I'm not gonna lie, like I was sold a lot. See how much damage that does? Anyway, I was sold by that concept. Like that made me very happy, like for sure. Like I was extremely excited for Shadowlands because of that concept. Now, they're not necessarily not doing that, because obviously most classes are completely, yeah, they have a lot of new spells and a lot of things that are returning. But I was very disappointed with a couple big removals from this last week on the alpha. So this is like week 10 of the alpha or something like that. And they've removed Searing Totem. They removed the spell Doom, the Curse of Doom for Warlock. And they removed the Mage Shields. Now I say this, what I mean is the Mage, I guess they're wards. They're not shields, not like Frost Shield, they didn't remove that, that's my bad. But I mean like Fire Ward and Frost Ward, and these things were like, I feel like they were iconic at one point. They were great ideas at one point, and all of a sudden they just fell out of favor, they fell out of use. So they just removed them from like the game like a decade ago. And then they bring them back for like 10 weeks, and they're like, nah, we can't possibly make them work. So here's my complaints with this. The main problem is they didn't even try. Like literally, they just put them in half-baked. They did nothing. I mean, Searing Totem literally did nothing. It was like less damage than like auto attack as Ellie. Like it was ridiculously bad. And you know, a lot of people, if you talk to somebody who plays a shaman right now, they're gonna say like, yeah, that was never going to work. I'm glad they didn't put that in. But it's like, no, they could have made it work, right? Like, it doesn't, I don't understand why they would just give up on that. Like, okay, so if you're going to give up on that early, this is what it tells me. This is how I feel about the situation. I feel like they did that just to be like, it's almost like the classic thing that we talk about all the time. Like, they did that just to say, like, here's your spells back. Oh, you don't want any of these spells? I guess we'll just remove them again then. No problem. I honestly think that's why they did that. It's like, why else would you add something like that that's so iconic back in and then just be like, well, we can't seem to make it work. I mean, we only control 100% of the video game. We can't figure this out. Just remove it again. It's like, is that a joke? I mean, it's embarrassing, honestly. I'm embarrassed by that. And anybody who was following Shaman, I guess, you know, they're on the other side of the fence for it because they thought it was pointless. But like for me, it was like, man, that is such an iconic spell. So instead, you'll see it when we get into the enhanced tree, but instead they have all these like reworks, big changes to enhance. It's like, that's great, but that's not what you said you were going to do. You know what I mean? This is the opposite of what you said you're going to do. You basically just reworked the spec, which you should have fucking done in BFA. You know what I mean? Like, why? I don't get it. The whole premise of it is very upsetting to me. And I don't even play the spec. I literally don't even play the spec, like, at all. So, I don't know. I'm not sure how others feel about it, but I was pretty upset when I found out that that thought process was even going through their head, honestly. That it was like, you know what? You guys are basically taking the coward's way out here, I feel like. And, I don't know, whatever. The main thing, like, the reason that I'm so partial to it is because I love the totems. It's like one of my favorite things about Shaman. I love totems. I would, if I could play with like, let's put it this way. If I could play my Shaman with the totem that's on the ground that literally decreases my DPS, HPS, whatever, I would do that. Like, if I could play with the totem that sat next to me that decreased my HPS as a resto Shaman, I'd be like, yeah, that's fine. I'd rather have the totem down. That's how much I like Shaman. How much I like totems. So, I don't know. That's me, obviously. Not normal. Not the normal approach, just like always, I suppose. But I don't know. I was very upset when I heard that they were removing Searing Totem, and I even took a screenshot of it because I knew that it would be the last time I ever had a single fire. Like, there's no fire totems in the game now. So you'll see they even changed the totem circle talent that Ellie and Enhance both had. Another really fun thing to use for mostly flavor, but also for two-handed Enhance that we tried in BFA. It's actually pretty powerful. And instead they gave this like odd totem mastery talent instead, where it just puts totems down, like random totems down that you already have. Now, one of those things it puts down is actually Searing Totem. So we'll see. I don't know if that's going to get changed too, but in the build we're currently playing, Searing Totem is still in the game thanks to that talent, which we will be taking. The talents are actually very, very interesting for this. And I'm very much looking forward to getting to, what is it, 15 to be able to test the talents, because I think you guys are going to be very interested in seeing what this talent tree looks like for Enhance if you haven't seen it before. I'm sure anybody who's serious about Enhance has seen it, but it's a very interesting talent tree, and I think it might be one of the most, like, I don't know, it's changed a lot. First of all, it might be one of the most changed too. I think is probably the best way to put it, but it definitely might be one of the most changed talents coming out, like talent trees coming out of BFA. So we'll see what happens. I should probably put auto loot on. I always kind of like waffle on it, and then somebody always remind, like, it goes back to a conversation I had. I remember Tokes was like, he's like, you sitting here trying to decide what you are and aren't gonna loot is saving you so much, is like wasting so much time, that if you just had auto loot on and ran back to the city and vendored every, like, you know, twice an hour or whatever, you would still probably be saving more time doing that. And I was like, God damn, you're right, aren't I? Like, I think he's right, honestly. I think he's right. I spend so much time like, should I take this meat? Should I take this cloth? Like, just take everything, vendor it, and move on. But anyway, we're gonna fly through this. I want to try to get to 10 as quick as possible. See, that is why I play a Shaman right there. The Tauren totems are just gorgeous, and I really wish... Yeah, we have to do this first. I really wish that you could use a different totem model as a different race, because, man, that would be cool, I think, honestly, to play a Tauren, or a Troll totem, or Troll Tauren. No, okay, keep trying. Troll Shaman with the Tauren totem. Now, that's how it was in Classic. If you played Classic at all, yeah, actually until Cataclysm, every Horde Shaman had the Tauren totem, and there was only Draenei Shaman for Alliance, only Draenei Shaman and Blood Elf Paladin for Horde, so there was only the one totem on Alliance. But then in Cataclysm they added Dwarf Shaman, and I guess probably Goblin Shaman. Yeah, Goblin Shaman. So then I think they were like, well, we can't Goblin Shaman wearing or using the Tauren totem. That sounded ridiculous, I'm sure. So yeah, I think that's ultimately why they changed it. But I wish there was a way I can go back, because frankly, that's like one of two reasons I would even consider playing Classic right now, besides Zul'Gurub, my favorite raid. Yeah, one of two reasons I would ever consider playing Classic right now is to play two-handed Enhanced Shaman, which is actually, I think it's actually really fun in Classic, even though it's like, you know, looked at as like a meme. It's just engaging. Like, the way the spec plays and the way the class works with a two-hander on is actually really fun. So we're going to get a little flavor of that today. And, well, not necessarily today, because we're probably not going to get to Wind Fury, but it's really late. I should be in bed. But I just really wanted to get this started, because I had so many ideas in my head, and I want to show this character as quickly as I can. I made the character. Oh yeah, also there's like, you got bangs as well. It's another one of the Tauren customizations, but we're actually level 5 already. That's kind of surprising. I feel like maybe that's expected, but without heirlooms it feels like pretty quick. So I wonder how high we'll actually get from this starting zone. My intention is to finish the entirety of the Tauren zone, wherever that takes us. That's 8, that's 20, I don't know, whatever. It's not going to be 20, I'm sure, but either way, that's the plan. It does scale. Still scales, right? Should be able to see. Why can I not see? Yeah, it scales to 30 one way or the other, even without Chromie time. So even if something's ridiculously bugged, it's still gonna keep going past 20. I don't expect that to happen, but you never know. The only reason I say that is because when I leveled the Pandoran to test something, I was level like 13, and I was only like probably, I think we talked about this in the last session actually. I think I named some ridiculous number like 3/7 or something like that. But anyway, yeah, we were not very far. go down here first. Actually, no, we picked this up first. Yeah, anyway, we were not very far through the zone at all, and we were already, the quests were green, so, oh yeah, we missed a quest too. So there's actually a lot more quests here when you're on an actual Tauren. If you watch the DK that I just leveled, oh, there's another quest. If you watch the DK that I just leveled 2 weekends ago, on the alpha, I actually talked about that because it's kind of a big deal. Basically, the main quest line is not here. Now, what is this quest line? A bundle of hides? Huh. Oh, it's a quest to get me to go to Thunder Bluff, isn't it? Okay, well, we'll do that later on. Of course, we're not looking to go there now. But, yeah. Oh, there's a riding trainer, too. When do you get riding? I think it's probably level 10. Yeah, level 10. So we're going to pick that up. I sent some money over. Again, the goal is... This is not like a proper challenge, even though we might refer to it as one in SEO land. But, yeah, I'm not looking to actually make this challenging. I just want to see some things about Chromie time, some things about leveling Shaman, some things about Shaman in general. And, of course, checking out this amazing new Tauren customization. I mean, this is just amazing, guys. I really have to say it's definitely my favorite race right now. Now, Orc and Troll are my expected favorites. Troll especially is one that I'm very interested in seeing because I feel like they're going to be very, very good as long as they do what they said they were going to do at BlizzCon. I think Troll has like the most flavor, but I was very impressed with Dwarf and Tauren. I did not expect Tauren to have as much flavor as they did. I mean, these markings, these ritual markings, this is above and beyond, if you ask me. I guess it makes sense, but it kind of just blows High Mountain out of the water. Like, High Mountain was the one with the cool tattoos, and now they're pretty much garbage compared to these ones. Like, my god, they are so much better, the ones that regular Tauren have. And frankly, the Tauren Heritage is so good. I think their High Mountain is just kind of the worst version of Tauren right now, visually at least. Oh wow. But yeah, of course they are not an allied race, but I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, they don't have the slide racial. That's the big thing. Frickin' High Mountain Tauren, that racial is really, really good for 5-mans, honestly. It's quite valuable. It's not necessarily something that you should switch your race for, but if you have a High Mountain Tauren tank, it can be very valuable because you can start a pull with the mob stunned. So on a Blood DK or something like that, yeah, that's pretty good actually. Especially if you got casters in the pack. Gorfiends slide in. And yeah, it's hard to pull off, but it's good. So yeah, anyway, Shaman plays pretty fun right now, I feel like. They got Flame Shot. We're going to be doing a lot of casts, a lot of spells that are not necessarily things that Enhanced Shaman would typically do, especially since we're going to be playing with two-hander. I'd like to make most of my damage melee, but we'll see how viable that is. I'm actually quite worried about this. Without Rockbiter, I think level 20 and onward might actually be pretty tough. And I haven't brought this up yet, but my plan is to do Pandaria. So if you remember, the last leveling session ended with my character stuck in Pandaria. At the time, Pandaria was just like off servers for some reason, but it is back on. I made a couple characters to test it just to make sure it wasn't a fluke. Actually was able to log back onto that Death Knight, so I don't think I'll get back on it, but maybe I'll finish the leveling process for some reason. But yeah, anyway, I want to go to Pandaria. I want to test, basically like we saw in Cataclysm, how those max level quests were available to do. I would very much like to try that out in Pandaria, because I feel like the max level content in Pandaria is second to none. Like, I think it's the best max level content that ever existed in the game. Even though a lot of it was stationed around dailies, I feel like there is an immense amount of potential there, even now, like going back and doing it. So I'm not necessarily going to do that, but I just want to see how it works. And, I don't know how that even functions. So last time, if you didn't watch the last thing we tried, basically it didn't seem to scale the max level content. So for Cataclysm, the max level was level 30, I believe, the way to look at it. And so once I hit level 30, I was able to, or maybe it was 35. Actually, I think it was 35, yeah. Once I hit 35, I was able to do the max level content in Cataclysm. Meaning like quests that, you know, there's like a quest withdrawal for Firelands or something like that. It was actually a really good quest. It did not give much experience, but I was able to do it. So, one, I wonder if Party Sync has, like, if there's an impact with Party Sync there. Or two, I wonder if it's meant to just scale. Like, I don't know. I'm not really sure what to say, but let's put it this way. If I could find myself doing, like, any of the Mogushan or even the Calaxy stuff again, I think I would do it. I think I would do, especially if I could level with it. That would be my ideal situation. If I have to manipulate this to the nth degree and find a way to level off this, I will do it. You know, if you watch this channel, I am sometimes obsessive is the way to put it with that kind of stuff. So we'll see. Those quests are going well. Let's see. We're looking for what's left. We got to go across the town or across the road there. We'll talk to this guy as well. But yeah, so that's the goal. Get to, like I said, starting to articulate this thought, then we got off on a tangent. But yeah, so we're going to level through this zone. About halfway done already. So we'll probably finish that. That might be the goal for tonight's stream. Just finish this zone. Wherever we get to, stop there, then go start Chromie time and go to Pandaria. Now the only thing that I'm concerned with is War Mode. But yeah, I definitely want to put War Mode on because Enhanced Shaman does actually have some really interesting War Mode talents. So this will be the first time I actually level the character that can use War Mode talents. If you didn't watch the DK one, we literally couldn't use any talents at all. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, there's a while from 10 to 20. Enhanced with two-hander crushes. Obviously, they would probably do even better if they had two one-handers on, but they were crushing, dude. Wind Fury proccing all the time, Primal Strike helping it proc, and basically just carving up mobs. I was actually really impressed. I was like, God, this is really powerful. So I'm looking forward to that stretch at least. That'll be probably the next session, but it's pretty fun, I have to say. Watching Wind Fury proc so vigorously. I don't know if they buffed it or what. I didn't actually read the enhanced changes, but like when I was checking this out a little bit ago, I'm like, dude, this is procking all the time. I had 3 swings and 3 procs, so I don't know if that's normal or if it's somehow because of low level or what, but we're gonna find out together, as I always say. But anyway, yeah, so I don't remember when we got to put War Mode on. I think it was 20, right? So that's actually a little bit of a problem, but won't be that big of a deal. We'll probably do Jade Forest to completion. Like, now that, I don't know, like, I was a little disillusioned or whatever. I don't know. I was not too satisfied with the way Cataclysm was handled. I'd really like to do Cataclysm. And now I don't know if it was like this when I did it, but I was looking at it today. And Cataclysm is actually every zone starts at 30, so you can go right to Twilight Highlands at 30. Was that like that the last time we tested this? Let's just make sure that's the case. Yeah, see, Twilight Highlands 30 to 35. So like, I mean, that's not how it would have been in BFA, right? In BFA, like, you certainly can't start Twilight Highlands at the same level that you can start Hyjal, right? That's how it is now. So that means that basically, if you want to do Cataclysm, you can probably get 2 full zones in. Well, maybe not. Maybe not with heirlooms on. I mean, we got, what, 8 levels from Hyjal, no heirlooms, and we didn't even finish it. So, yeah, I don't know. But, it's funny. Ding just off grinding, basically. It's interesting. But yeah, so, I'd imagine someday I'll probably do a full playthrough of Oldham. From now on, I also want to start incorporating these, why is it still up? Anyway, from now on, I want to start incorporating these, playthroughs as me and Cop were doing these videos where we're, like, ultra, like, immerse ourselves in the zone. But Cop doesn't have alpha, so unfortunately, I will carry on without him. And, I do want to do a High Elf playthrough. Blood Elf, obviously, with the High Elf customization, and play through the entirety of the Blood Elf starting zone, both zones. So that'll probably be the next thing we do. And then I still want to do, I haven't decided what class I would do for that. And I still want to do a Undead with the customization as well. I think an Undead through Wrath would be fun. But yeah, I would like to Like for those things, I would like to actually try multiple, like incorporate multiple things. Like, you know, say if I was doing the Blood Elf one right now, I'd probably be leveling with no talents. So like maybe I would do a Blood Elf Priest. That sounds like it'd be fun. Maybe Blood Elf Mage. I like the concept of Undead Priest. So I think maybe we'll hold off on Priest. Although Blood Elf Priest, iconic Warcraft 3 concept. But yeah, anyway, we'll see. I haven't decided yet. Blood Elf Paladin is a great one, but it's just really, really freaking boring. You have to use a shield, basically, if you want to do any damage at all. So I'd almost rather go Holy. And that kind of ruins the whole idea of it. So anyway, yeah, so we would do, you know, 1 to whatever. Test out what those two... Because that's also something to test. Like, how much experience are we going to get from these starting zones? This is another reason why I wanted to do a Tauren. I was going to just level a Maghar two-handed enhanced Shaman at one point, but I knew I wanted to do these starting zones because they are definitely an interesting point of testing. Let's put it that way. If we can get good experience from them, I mean, I think it might make a big difference, honestly. So, oh, we're about to get a Flame Tongue weapon, I assume. If I turned all these quests in, I would ding 7, no problem. But I want to finish them all before we turn any in. Oh, we still never, no, we didn't do that. See, I did this out of order. I should have went here, then grinded here, and then gone up here. Now you're asking, you're probably thinking, like, why are you so methodical about this zone? It is because I had actually started what I wanted to call a 1 to 1. Oh, look at that, green. Nice. We're just putting any gear that we get on at this point because it's gonna be swell, I'm sure. Anyway, 1 to 120. Tauren starting zone only. Oh, look at this. Level 5. Wait, what? Oh. That's a problem. Why is that happening? But anyway, yeah, I had done this zone like 40 days straight. I think it was actually last Christmas, yeah, so 6 months ago. Basically, like, not 40, but we did it however many episodes it was. I think it was like 12 episodes. And I kind of just gave up because it was kind of boring after a while, honestly. I wasn't even talking in them because I was just... Basically, I just wanted to document me doing it. I thought it would be freaking badass to say, like, hey, I leveled this character from 1 to 120, literally only doing this zone. And the way you would do that was with Party Sync. But, that's another thing I'd love to test on the alpha, Party Sync. I did get another Forum MVP, Byuk, hooked me up. We checked a little bit of Party Sync out, but didn't want to waste too much of his time, honestly. So we didn't do any actual leveling with it, but the way it worked was I was scaled to 30. And I think I could, I can't remember now, I should have paid more attention. No, I don't think I could use, so I had a level 50, which can't access Chromie time. And I think even at level 30, I could not access Chromie. But I assume what we wanted to test was, basically I was hoping to see Chromie accessible with Party Sync. And if that was the case, then that was going to change my life, really. But I wanted to see how Party Sync worked with Chromie time. Oh, actually, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I Party Synced with him, and he turned Chromie time on, and it did not work. Like, nothing changed for me. Like, the mobs didn't scale. So, I don't know. Maybe bugged, but I don't know. I kind of have this, like, sneaking suspicion that Party Sync is going to be, like, gone or something. I kind of wish that it was, honestly. Like, it's a cool concept, but I feel like now the Chromie time system is just better. It's just a better concept. A more concrete version of what I've been doing with Party Sync, but I think I'm using Party Sync incorrectly, frankly. Like, it's not what Blizzard would want. I think what Blizzard wants is people to use Party Sync to do quests with their friends who are also not leveling. Like for example, if there was like a fresh 120 and he was doing, like, say, I don't know what is and isn't acceptable for this, but I know for sure if he was doing, say, the Zuldazar, like, you know, there's like that max level storyline with Talanji and Rostakon that, like, you kill, you basically finish all 3 zones and then you do like a max level quest there. Oh, look at that. Something wrong with the hair? Oh wait, no, that's just a new hairstyle, I guess. What's going on? I think there's something wrong with the hair. Yeah, I think so. But anyway, I don't know. But yeah, anyway, what was I saying? I feel like that's what they want Party Sync to be used for. It's like people who are trying to play together but can't because the game physically made it impossible to play together for a while. But then, of course, I came along and started breaking all the rules, making like 2 accounts just to do like raids. I think maybe the most fun I had with Party Sync was doing the raids, going back at level 80, so syncing to 80, and then trying to solo classic raids. That was actually really engaging. Like, wow, was it fun. I did it on the blacksmithing leveling challenge, which so I hope that someday I'll finish it. I want to get all of these things that I want to do on the alpha done, and then hopefully I'll have motivation to do it again. But like, frankly, I kind of wish I could just bring that character over to the alpha and do it here instead, because I think it'd be more fun. But no, because there's something special about doing it before this. This system is going to change everything. And if you didn't see the video I made on the profession changes, they're pretty big. Although I think I might have been, maybe I'm looking at it wrong, but basically in that video I talked about being able to make like a level 60. See, the way I thought it was going to work was it was going to be able to create any item at any level. So like if you got like, you know, some max level 60 item, you know what I mean? You could make it into a level 15 item. But I don't think that's what's doing. I think it's the other way around for some reason. I don't know why they would even do it in this direction, but I think this is what they're doing is they're making it so like if you make a level 1 item, you could turn it into a level 60 item. I don't know why anybody would want to do that, but that's, I think, what the actual goal is. So, and the reason I think that's the goal is because that's how it works currently. You can not make an item lower level than it is. You can only make it higher. So I don't know if that's intentional or what, but might be unfinished, of course, but that seems to be how it works. So how are we doing here? Are these quests green? They seem to not be green. I don't know why the mobs are green, but did we have this problem? I feel like we had this problem. We had some weird problems on that DK one way or the other. It's very unfinished, that much we know. I'm pretty sure we came and did this zone with Chromie time and had no problems with the scaling. Oh, they're level 6 now. What? Wait. I see what's going on. This just doesn't scale at all anymore, I think. I think the mobs are level 5, like, on purpose. This is probably better. No, it's not. 0.8 DPS. Okay, we gotta go and clear our inventory, so not really sure what the right direction is for this, but I guess just turn this quest in, then go turn all these in. Then, I don't know. I think we should probably just do this, because it's been a while since I've done this, honestly. I had it down to a science, though. It would take me 40 minutes start to finish. I would do the entire zone in 40 minutes. I think it was 42 minutes. It's the lowest I got it. So basically, I could only do the entire zone once a day. With Party Sync, the way it works is every 24 hours you can redo quests. It's not actually like, it doesn't reset at 10 o'clock. So basically, like, it caused a lot of... This is what ultimately made me stop, unfortunately, was it was like frustrating to try to game the 24-hour mark. So I felt like I had to just skip a day if I wanted to actually do it when I wanted to do it. Because it's like, okay, so yesterday I did it at 10 p.m. Well, now if I want to do it tomorrow, it has to be at 11 p.m. basically. Like, it has to be at like 10:05 p.m. or later. So I don't know, it just got really annoying. It's like, okay, I really want to do this now. God, you know, I have to wait 30 minutes. I just forget it. Like, that's just what it turned into. It's like, I'm not going to wait 30 minutes to do this for 40 minutes. Like, it didn't seem worth it. So it's a great system, but obviously I was abusing the hell out of it in a way. I should have just, I don't know. I thought I can get it done. I like from Christmas, like we didn't raid for 2 weeks, and I was like, I can literally do this in 2 weeks. If I just do this every day, if I do this 14 days, I'll be like halfway done. And I was wrong. If you didn't, during Christmas, there was the holiday, or maybe it was before Christmas. It was whenever the holiday was going on. When did that end? No, yeah, that went until January. That's why. The holiday, 15% more experience, which is hilarious now looking back, because then they added the 100%. more experience because like the COVID thing, but yeah, at the time I was like 15% more experience. This is perfect. That's great. It's funny. Okay, these mobs are 6 as well. Maybe that was just some display bug, because I feel like I had that problem the other day too when I tested this. I know the problem we had was the freaking pet. You remember the pet was one-shotting stuff? Like, what the hell was that about? I still don't know. I should at least go back and test that. Yeah, the chest is here. Sweet. I should at least go back and test that maybe on that DK. Look at the totem though. Freaking love this totem. Oh, it would have been so nice to have Searing Totem down, man. But we'll at least be able to drop it once every minute. That's how that talent works. It's a 1-minute CD. It drops 3 totems. Healing Stream, Searing Totem, and whatever it's called. Earthbind. Which is not the 3 I would want to drop, unfortunately. But hey, that's fine. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm excited to do this, though. I think, what do you think it's going to be? It's basically going to be the rares here, too. It's not going to be that different from the no talent leveling challenge, honestly. I'm basically going to have no spells, so. Now, this does not work. Oh, it does now. That's interesting. Wow. That's weird. I think the bug was that after I imbued the weapon with Wind Fury, it couldn't be imbued with Flame Tongue again. Because I did this, like I said, I was testing this on a Maghaar, and I could not put Flame Tongue on the weapon. I could only put Wind Fury. I don't know, maybe it's a bug, maybe it's something like trying to protect you from yourself kind of thing. I don't really know, but either way, you don't actually have to click the weapon anymore. You used to have to click the weapon on the alpha, not just in the old days. On the alpha, you used to have to click the weapon. But yeah, you just press the spell, automatically imbues it. 60-minute CD, so that's at least staying. Hopefully, if they remove that too, let's put it this way: if they remove Wind Fury Totem and Wind Fury Weapon, then honestly, like I hate to say it, but they were just trying to sell hype at BlizzCon. Like, if they actually do that, I'll have very little respect for that decision, and I don't want to say I can't help but think that it's gonna happen, because it's the same thing. It's like, well, what does Shaman look like with Wind Fury Totem? Like, it's just an absurd, it's like a spell that has like very little use, honestly. It's so static, it's such an old style spell. It's basically the same thing as Searing Totem. It's like, just drop it, just put it down. That's all you do. You don't need it, it doesn't need to be fancy. They said like, we can't find a way to make it interactive with the rotation. It doesn't need to be. It's Searing Totem. You just put it down. Now the way it used to work in MoB, I believe, that was the last time it was in the game, I believe. It was like a really long CD, or a really long duration. Like, you put it down and it would be down the whole fight. So it was basically just a buff, and it was like, that's fine. That'd be fine by me. Make it like a 20-yard range. So like, you know, if you move a lot, you have to move it, and make it just never expire. Like right now, it was like, I think it lasted like 15 seconds and at a 30-second CD. It's like, whose idea was that? Just change that. I mean, that's fine. We could change it. It doesn't need to be removed. I'm just so pissed. I want the Fire Totem. Fire Totem is my favorite totem, guys. Like, hey, I like the Earth one. Water one's cool. Air one's cool. That Fire Totem's my favorite totem, guys.
What brings you here?
I love that. That's one of my favorite things about Shaman is the Fire Totem. Oh, a staff. It's actually a good staff.
Goodbye.
We'll take it. We might be wearing some staves, unfortunately. Not that I want to do that, but I'm not necessarily looking to RP. Let's put it that way. If we get an item upgrade and it is a two-handed weapon, we will be using it. Now we need to apply Flame Tongue again. There we go. Yeah, it seems to work. Okay, so we are about to turn in multiple quests. I assume we're going to get at least to 8. I'd hope, hopefully maybe more than that. I just realized now we don't have the Tauren quest. Why don't we have that? Oh, maybe we do. Poison water? Wait, what is that? Oh, is this how it starts? Our Saget wells have been tainted and we'll need your help to fix this. Yeah, I guess that's how it starts. That makes sense. I was wondering why I was killing so many mobs. Usually when I did this 2 weeks ago, I didn't have to kill any mobs. Like any beasts. Okay, we still need to find the dog. That's the other one we haven't done. Usually it runs like in this direction. Can usually catch it. I think I just saw some indication that it was on the map. Oh, there it is. Okay, good. So we're about to turn in many quests. 6 quests. Every quest in our inventory, effectively. We good? It's good, right? Yep. Really wish I had auto turn in for this. I would like to do these challenges with auto turn in if I can, but not applicable. Or at least immersion. I like to use immersion because it's kind of like a halfway point between auto turn in. It allows me to read the quests. There we go, already 8. Allows me to read the quests. What was that we just got? This? Wait, no, this. Wood chopper. Oh, it actually gave me a 2-handed axe. How about that? Thanks, Blizzard. Yeah, alright. I really wish 2-handed hands could actually become a thing again, but I know that's too much to ask. Oh, that was the Ride to Thunderbluff quest, huh? Okay, let me go ahead and just go ahead and sell some stuff. Anybody here have bags? I feel like they might. Spend her all this stuff. Really, I should try to keep the cloth, but I don't. At this point, I just don't care.
Ancestors watch over you.
Maybe like a trade goods guys bags. I feel like somebody used to sell bags in the old days. General goods.
How?
Yeah. Oh, well. It's better than nothing. Oh, wait. Just buy all the 8 slaughters. What's going on with this? I saw this before. 8,208. What's that mean? What's that mean? I don't know if they know. At least we have 4 8-slot bags now. Okay, let's keep turning in. Still got 4 more to turn in. And yeah, we are 42 minutes in and we have not finished the zone, so obviously this is going to take longer than it usually does. I was doing that with like full gear on though. At that point. Got a lot of good gear from party syncing through that stuff. I had like all the routes, like the rares mapped out and the chests mapped out.
Hail. Be careful.
It was fun. Okay, so what's next? Well cleanse, it's down here. And spirits all the way up there. That quest really derails the zone, I feel like. I always debate mentally, like, is it worth it? Is it worth it to do that quest? Because it's so freaking far out of the way, and I don't have a mount right now. I won't have a mount. Maybe we can try to get the mount first. That's actually not a bad play. Normally, this would not even be on the table, but when do we get Ghost Wolf? Wait, where the hell is Ghost Wolf? Am I missing it? How do I... Surely you have it before 20. Is it in the enhanced tree? How do I... Wait, maybe I have it already and I'm just an idiot? Doesn't look like it. What are we doing? Gotta do this first. What? I have to be missing it. I'm just too tired to see it. Chain heal, hex, healing stream. Healing stream's 26? Really? Wow, that sucks. Hex is 20. That's crazy. Hex is before healing stream. Like what? Might as well just kill our way there because we're going to end up running into stuff while we're looking. That's weird. Earth Ellie though, 37. That's cool. That's going to help us out. Really don't have a lot of power coming in the enhanced tree. Like most of the spells that we get for enhanced will not do damage for us because we're unable to use them. It's going to be a lot of frost shock and a lot of auto attack. Let's put it that way. Flame shock, whatever is better, we'll find out. I have a sneaking suspicion that frost shock is going to be better for this, but they share a CD, so we'll see how it goes. Great little quest though. I love this Torn, whatever, starting zone quest line. I don't know why Ghost Wolf is not on the thing. Has to be in the other tree, I guess. But I don't see it there either, so obviously something's wrong. Does it say anything? We still can't look at talents. Level 10. Well, hey, whatever. That's fine. Alright, let's turn these in. We might be able to get to 10 before... I don't think so. I don't think that's going to be possible, but... we might be able to get to 10 before we have to do that quest. I doubt it, though. We still have these 2 to turn in. That'll get us to 9. I guess it's possible. Might just end up skipping it, honestly, at this point. It's definitely my least favorite quest in the zone, 100%. There's no quest in the zone that I like less. It's because there's, like, I feel like the quest is bugged, honestly. It's just really strange. The whole thing doesn't seem to make sense. Okay, now's the time to turn this in because we're heading up to this area here. I'll tell you what a great investment getting Shade Scale on the alpha was. I didn't think I was going to use it, but I'm glad I did. The only reason I actually went and got it, farmed it out, was because I wanted to see how it worked on the in Bastion. It does not work. A cop was like, do you expect there to be a day and night cycle when you're dead? I was like, I mean, it's Blizzard, dude. You never know, right? Like, come on, what are you talking about? You never know, man. But I really thought Bastion at night would have been gorgeous. And you can do it with Inky Black. It's a little different, though. I was thinking a night skybox. So that's kind of like, maybe I'm a little bit disappointed with that. Because frankly, one of my favorite things in Shadowlands, or in BFA and Legion, was the night skyboxes in some of the zones. It's like, man, in freaking Buldun, oh, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And I'll tell you what, it's even better on the Alliance side. All 3 zones at night are beautiful. But that's that. There's not going to be a night skybox in all of Shadowlands, seemingly. Maybe eventually there'll be a zone that we explore that does have a night skybox, but I didn't even test it in Maldraxxus today. We tested it in Ardenweald, tested it in Bastion. Oh, those freaking white-haired Tauren keep confusing me. I was like, is that some kind of rare? But anyway. So what else? So let's see. We're going to try to get to Mop. That's definitely going to happen. What is that? Another upgrade? No. We're definitely going to get to Mop. And let's test that out. Like to do all of Jade Forest. We'll see. Jade Forest is a bit famous. Top can attest. A bit famous to being ridiculously experienced crammed. Like you literally have to stop about probably, oh, what was that? One-hander. You'd have to stop really quickly into the zone just to be able to do any other zone, even partially in Mop. Like if you just did all of Jade Forest, you would get more levels than the bracket allows you to get. So, yeah. Obviously, I don't know, man. BFA leveling is just a mess. This is gonna fix so many problems. Even, like, they tried their best to fix it, too, but still just a mess. Is that the... no. Is that Mazaranki, the person that the quest giver was having us worry about before? Actually killed. That was the first time I ever saw it. It was on the alpha 2 weeks ago while leveling. See, it's like legit good. Oh, there it is. Mazaranki. I think that's how you would say it. Must mean something, right? I feel like Razaranki, Jazaranki, and Hazaranki are not deserving this butchery of their father or potentially mother, but I guess the cycle of life may be cruel, as they say. What's that? One-handed sword. Ooh, that's a nice looking one. Quite like that. Reminds me of Cruel Barb. Cruel Barb in the game or not in the game? Let's take a gander while we run back. Oh, we can't. The adventure guide is not available. Let's look it up on Wowhead then. Cruel Barb. Wowhead. Yeah, still in the game. 108, item level 108. What? Oh, right, because it's from Cataclysm dungeon now. Wait, is it not from normal too? I guess probably from normal too, but the highest item level is 108. Yeah, that's interesting. It's quite a nice transmog, to be honest. But I like this one as well. It's basically, this is actually even better. Crowbarb's good, but I like this better because it doesn't have the stupid point at the end. Fine Scimitar. This would be like my ideal. That's a one-hander too. I should probably hang on to that. Or I should start thinking about getting it next time I do a naked leveling challenge, which I do intend to do at some point on the alpha. One last, like my goals here on the alpha, besides like do zone specific ones, continue to do at least one more no talent, either mage or priest. Might do both. Or I might just sate my thirst for that by doing the zones. We'll see. Yeah, definitely do more of those. Do at least one naked one because I'd really like to see how. You might do another rogue naked. I'd really like to see how that plays out during Chromie time. I mean, I think it's gonna work really well. Actually, like naked leveling in BFA is only hard because you have to go to BFA. It only starts to become difficult when you start doing zones that have like really high mob density. So, oh man, it just makes me want to level characters, guys. I hate to say it, but like, you know, I enjoy doing Mythic Plus and I enjoy playing the game at max level a lot. Obviously, 9 to 12 Mythic, like, you know, serious player, but this is just a lot of fun. Like, this is almost. I have to like stop myself from saying it because it sounds ridiculous, but this is more fun. I think this is more fun. And I hate to say it, but I think the reason it's more fun is because I don't have to worry about people leaving halfway through. Not even 30% of the way through. If I could just do a mythic dungeon and finish it, I would enjoy that immensely. But people are such cowards at max level, they just leave. Like, they have no interest in staying for the whole key. So it's like, well, I want to do the whole dungeon, man. I want to be challenged, but I want to do the whole dungeon. I don't want to stop 5 minutes into the dungeon. That really bothers me. I don't know. It's just always going to bother me, and I don't think it's ever going to get fixed. Unfortunately. Things were simpler, I guess, when people just did dungeons for gear and not EPing. Alright, you know what? We're basically parallel with it at this point, so let's just go and do that quest. We could turn this in and we're not gonna ding, but we'd come close to dinging, but at this point it's just not worth it. Let's just run over there and get this done. Kill some mobs along the way. And we will be 10 after this quest, I hope. Yeah, we did Maldraxxus today. Oh, ho, 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 ho. That's the best zone. I didn't, like, if you watch that stream, I'd be like, guys, I really just don't like this zone. It's not my favorite zone. I want to like it. I feel like I'm always going to be, like, connected to it because of my Death Knight affinity and Necromancer and all this. And then something happened. And it was my favorite zone. It was insane. I don't want to spoil it, just because it is a pretty big spoiler, to be honest. Like, people meme about. I always like. People are like, "Oh, I'm not gonna look at alpha stuff because I don't want to be spoiled." Like, I think those people are legitimately idiots. Like, frankly, if you think you're going to avoid somebody spoiling like a generic plot line for the next 6 months, what are you doing? Like, what are you gonna like break your computer so you can't? Like, what are you talking about? Do you not look at the game? Do you not read the forums? Do you not go to Wowhead? How do you prevent yourself from being spoiled in that way? So I never really understood that, but this is different. This is like a very, very, very specific thing. I shouldn't even bring it up because now I'm teasing you guys. I'm sorry about that, but you can go watch the VOD. It's there. And it is excellent. Wow, is it excellent. One of my basically the best possible thing I think could happen there. So I'm excited. That's the other thing I was thinking about trying out with this. We'll see how this goes. I don't have an endpoint for this. Ideally 50, one way or the other. Last character got stopped before 50, but yeah, try to get to 50 is the goal. But we'll see how long it takes. It is Friday, I believe. I think it's Friday. It's Friday. So we'll see where we get to by Monday. But that's probably the end of it, one way or the other, Monday. Last time, Monday was the end of it because I was worried that there was going to be a build on Monday. And I didn't want to be in the middle of it. What's that, a rare? Oh, I thought I saw an ogre over there. It's just another, just two rocks standing together. Okay, we're done. I give that quest too much shit. It's really not a bad quest. It's just really, really out of the way, and it's annoying as hell. It feels like the mobs like put you in combat even if they're not going to attack you. And you're sitting there, you can't click the drum when you're in combat, so you're sitting there waiting for it to drop. Actually didn't really happen much when I did it just now, so maybe they fixed it, or maybe I was just too preoccupied. I don't know. I don't know. How much does Flame Shock actually deal? Not much. I have to cast a lightning bolt to finish that dog off. This is the other part that sucks about this quest. Like, the fastest way back is through mobs, and I always feel like very inefficient killing mobs on the way. Mostly because I did this on a Shaman last time too. Like, I don't have any instant casts other than Flame Shock. On this character, at least. So I'm literally just kind of like, that's going to reset. Like, that's not going to die. I'm basically just wasting time. Actually, I might. Nope. Yeah. Freaking 3 health. Literally 1 tick of Flame Shock would have killed it. So basically that was just wasted time dealing with that because it gave me no experience. But I wouldn't say it slowed me down. We keep getting off the topic that I mean to talk about, though. What I mean to talk about is Mist of Pandaria. So yeah, I want to do all of Jade Forest. Whole thing. We're going to do the whole thing. Hopefully. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I have not done the Jade Forest in many years. Heavily thinking about reading the quests, but I kind of promised Cop that we would do it. I want to do Alliance side mob stuff too. And this isn't going to be the place for that, so we'll see. I promised I would do that with him. Also, promised I would do the Goblin starting zone with him. Someday we'll do that. So that's out one way or the other. Won't be doing that. But yeah, so definitely want to do all of Jade Forest. Just plow through the quest, hopefully. And then I want to see where we're at. That's kind of my main step one, is see how much leveling you actually have to do in these mob zones to get to 50. Because, like, you know, we saw what we need to see from Kata. And, of course, BF8, or whatever, the classic zones, too. The classic zones were very valuable. They gave a lot of experience per hour, very quick quests. So we know what we got out of that for sure. But I don't know what I'm going to get out of Kata or Mop. I mean, like any expansion that's you can start from scratch. Obviously, Cataclysm you can't, but I want to see Wrath. I want to see TBC. I want to see it all. Oh, Ghost Wolf. Level 10, you just get it. Okay. So anyway, we kind of don't need it now. Let's go get our mount. And we're going to spec enhance. See, Rockbiter 11, but not in the game anymore, so. It says it is, but it's not. And not a thing has changed. Did we get anything at 10? Oh yeah, Wind Fury. Sweet. Alright, we got Wind Fury. You're going to see this is actually really, really powerful.
Greetings. Goodbye.
Let's pick up mount. And we use our Kodo. Again, I probably won't fly. Let's just use a regular Kodo. I like the original ones. Gray Kodo, probably the one. Looks pretty good. Wait, what happened here? Oh yeah, we missed the quest.
Hail, may the eternal sun.
This quest is going to take us to the next place. But so what's next? So what's enhanced look like from now on? Because we have the mastery already, which is interesting. Increases your that's strange that they're doing that. Increases your chance to trigger Stormbringer and Wind Fury by 0.64%. Increases all fire, frost, and nature damage you deal. That's actually pretty good now with the way enhance works. Mastery is actually, especially for leveling, like that's really good. But yeah, so Lava Lash not gonna work. Wind Fury is gonna work, obviously. It's really actually really valuable. Lava Lash not gonna work. Storm Strike not gonna work. Lava Lash Rank 2 gonna do even less. This is the weird thing, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. Feral Spirits Rank 2. This is actually one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this, because I want to see what this is. Like, what the hell happens here? Remind me, dude. Not like you're gonna be able to, but I need to remind myself at level 24, when we're almost dinging 24, we need to pay attention to what happens here, because this is kind of a big deal. Like, does this work? What happens here? Is it going to bug the game out? Is it going to crash the game? Maelstrom weapon. When you deal damage, you have a chance to gain Maelstrom stacking up to 10 times. Each stack of Maelstrom weapon gains the cast time, reduces the cast time of your next damage or healing spell. Oh. Is that how it works in BFA? A maximum of 100 stacks of... Wow, that's interesting. I think that is how it works, because I remember... That's how Syiler used to out-heal one of our healers. As enhanced shaman, Syiler used to out-heal one of our healers because he would consume all of his maelstrom or whatever it was. Oh yes, maelstrom weapon. I see what this is. Oh right, I see what this is. What are we doing now? These normal quests. Wait. Oh wait, wild main totem. That's what we have to do. Okay, I knew there was another Tauren quest that we didn't pick up. But anyway, yeah. So that, I guess that'll be useful. We'll see. Okay, let's wait. We get the first Wind Fury proc of the day here. Not on that mob. So when can we actually... Oh, we still can't even look at the talents. God damn. Why did they hide that stuff? I don't get it. I guess they're like worried about confusing people. Like, oh, if they're level 10 and they can see their talents, but they can't pick any, they'll be really confused. There we go. It actually, that looks good. I mean, that looks good. And this with a staff too. You should see it with an axe. Maybe I'll put this axe back on. Look at that. That looks good. They changed the animation. I'm pretty sure they had to have. Ah, we sold our axe, guys. Unlucker. They definitely had to have changed the animation of it, because that's, I don't think that's what it looks like right now. That looks like pretty close to the way it used to look. It's a sword though. Yeah, you see, we're gonna carve from 10 to 20. We're gonna crush these mobs, and we basically are naked. Like, I mean, we've not gotten any gear. A level 10 Magcar would have started with really good gear, and if you even look at that, guys, we're crushing. But it's mostly Primal Strike, to be fair. Primal Strike is critting. I don't know why. Why I'm seeing 38. Did you see that? Look at that. It looks so freaking cool. It actually looks a lot better than I expected it to. I think they changed it, guys. I really do. I don't, maybe not, but it's not what it used to be. But I think it's actually, I think I like this one better. I think I like this version of Wind Fury better. It would look so much better if we actually had a proper weapon on. When we go to Thunder Bluff, I'm going to buy a proper weapon, an axe. Or maybe a mace. Mace looks pretty good with it too. I see it procs all the time. Doesn't really do that much damage. Just freaking cool looking. 2 extra, dealing 5 damage each. So I mean it's gonna add up, I guess. If only Storm Strike was like it used to be. Man, if they had the original Storm Strike in the game, I think I would probably do nothing but level 2 and enhanced shamans. Cause this looks good, man, I'm telling you. Okay, so that's it for that. Now we gotta go find cats or wolves. Yep. Oh yeah, we're gonna cruise until we lose Primal Strike, and then we're gonna I haven't tried it, but I presume we're gonna suck. Like, I don't know what the hell we're gonna do from 20 onward. So let's see what spells we'll actually have at 20. So by 20, yeah, I mean, we won't have gained any DPS spells whatsoever. Gain Frost Shock, which I'm actually a little bit optimistic for. I don't know if I should be optimistic, but I feel like it might actually be good. It's a 6-second CD, so is Flame Shock. The thing about Flame Shock is, it's dot damage, which like actually might end up being better. Like right now it's useless. It's like right now it's basically doing no damage. If I had Frost Shock right now, it would be way better. But I don't. Oh, there's a rare too. See, look at these crits. What's this crit? What is this? 39? How much is... What is going on here? How am I critting that hard? The spell says it only does 9 physical damage. It's critting for 30 some. Crazy. Oh, we got a cloak. One agi. Let's do it. Our first real piece of gear. Actually, that's not true. We put those legs on. Yeah, those are good. That's actually better than the cloak. Alright. Keep forgetting we have mount. Let's get to it. See, I'm not sure if, like, there's a swing timer reset anymore. Like, does this supersede me from auto-attacking, or does it just combine them? I think it doesn't. Like, I think it just stops the auto-attack. I really don't know, honestly. You'd think I would, considering I play a tank, but... Look at that, 2 back-to-back. I mean, that's actually really cool looking, I have to say. I'm satisfied. That's... I don't know if that's what it looks like on live. I don't think it is, honestly. But that is really good looking. It's very, the fidelity is high, let's put it that way. It really looks like the old version. Have to actually heal up a bit. Torrent healing is also awesome. These spells cost mana now, yeah, so that's actually interesting. We might heal ourselves to death at times. Oh yeah, there's the quest up here, right? Definitely doing more damage than the Death Knight was. Well, maybe not. Level 10. Pretty deceiving. So yeah, well, we'll get definitely at least 12 from this zone. No heirlooms at all, so you might even be able to get to 20 with heirlooms. I don't know how powerful heirlooms have gotten at this point. The weird thing, oh yeah, I wanted to show this off too. The weird thing about heirlooms, oh, we can see the dungeon journal now, that's funny. The weird thing about heirlooms, where they are. What's that about? Experience gained is increased by 0%. What do you mean? What? So I don't know what that's about. Probably a bug. Let's hope, I guess. I don't know. To be honest, I would rather if there were no heirlooms in the game. I hate heirlooms. I think they're the worst thing ever. The only reason I would ever wear an heirloom is because I want to level faster. Not because, like, I cannot stand the fact that they just occupy a spot permanently. Like, there's no replacing them, right? Like, even if they have terrible stats on them, they're still the best item that you could ever wear because it makes you level way faster. I cannot stand that, honestly. That is definitely my least favorite thing about heirlooms and the whole leveling concept. If there was a way to just get the experience bonus from them and not have the gear on, I would do that in a heartbeat. Especially for these leveling challenges. But of course that's not possible. So what we resulted, the result of this was just wearing cloth heirlooms as non-clothies. It kind of works. You still get power from the piece, so. And the item is still occupied permanently, but at least you don't feel like you're wearing like a really beefed up item. I just tell you what, I just can't level a character regularly anymore. I'm too like I'm down in the trenches too much with these challenges. It's just too fun to level this way now. I couldn't do it. I couldn't level a character like where I'm running around one-shotting everything and, you know, playing the character properly, basically. Okay, this looks like it's probably 11.
May the eternal sun.
Yes, definitely 11. Got a belt.
Greetings, traveler.
Good, good. And just get that off the bars, because that's not going to get used.
How may I aid you?
That's it. Okay. We are almost done with the zone. We got about 5 quests left, and that will probably it. We will... Actually, maybe we get started on... Nah, we'll probably just do that tomorrow. I don't want to get... It's already 1:14. Pretty late. Couldn't tell in game time because of the whole deal. Let's see if we can find that wolf, though. It's a bluish... blue wolf. Now that it doesn't scale off weapon damage anymore, or however, I don't even know how it used to work, but basically you wanted like the slowest weapon possible in the old days. Now I think you want the fastest weapon possible. Oh, there's the wolf, yeah. Ghost Howl. Oh, these level 10s, damn. Huh, that's interesting. It says it scales to 20 or 30 or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the scaling situation. Two more quests there. Turn these in. Gets a nice little chunk. So we're gonna finish this whole zone. I'm gonna go to Thunderbluff, buy a proper weapon, like an axe or something. We'll see. We'll see what they got. We'll see what they got. Gonna do a little shopping, and then we will end the stream. Probably end the video. Whatever. Not a stream. Even though it probably should be recording it as a stream. Save me some time. Alright. Oh yeah, now it's the Thunder Bluff. Maybe... Where's my heart set? Yeah, might be faster. Not really, but... Actually, what am I even doing? Do I even have to do that? Do I have to actually do this? I was just wondering, like, am I going to get experience for it? But it looks like I don't. So we just go up here, I guess. It's only 700 experience. It's actually a fair amount. Don't know why I'm saying only. I should check for the box, though, too. I don't know. There's no reason to. I'm not trying to get as much experience out of this zone as possible. There's a chest on the other side of Thunder Bluff that I always checked for in the old days when I was doing that leveling concept. But we won't be checking that out. Now let's see. This is just at the top of the riding tower, right? There's another quest? What's that? Probably some Dark Moon Fair type lead-in. Wait, is it not at the top of the tower? Oh, well, I'm at the bottom of the tower now. It's here, I guess? Leather Armor Merchant.
For something special.
Yeah, looks like you didn't need to buy a ride.
Ancestors watch.
What is this quest? Oh yeah, exactly. Exactly. Alright, yeah, it is. This is now at the top of the tower. We gotta go to Bane. Is this the right floor? No. Wrong floor. Let's go to Bane. Also pick up the Heritage Armor quest. I wonder if you can get experience from the Heritage Armor quest now. It's like a level 50 quest, right? Probably. They probably set it up so it doesn't give experience. Oh. That's a one-hander. Two-handed staff. Looks like a what? Two-hander, huh?
Without honor, we have nothing.
That's it for that. Orno Grim Totem. Yeah, that's the end of the zone, right? Yep, okay, cool. Alright, let's go get a weapon now before I forget. And then we might just... We got to get to I might get to Orgrimmar in this session too. Just so I don't have to waste time tomorrow.
Peace, friend. Be careful. Greetings.
Just wants me to go back there. Let's just do that real quick. Might as well get the last drop of experience out of this. But yeah, might go to Orgrimmar. And then it'll be where we end. But yeah. Well, by the time I get 20, I will have lightning shields, which is actually relatively good, I think. It doesn't have charges, right? Actually, this whole Maelstrom weapon thing is interesting to me. When did we get Maelstrom weapon? No, not till 29. I guess lightning shield won't do that at this point. But yeah, it's actually interesting because if we get free lightning bolts, that's pretty good. That is actually pretty, provided it works at all. I don't know if it will, but provided it works at all, it will help us. I don't even think we'll go fly back. I think we'll just ride.
Something special. Walk with the Earth Mother.
A weaponsmith, let's see.
What brings you here?
I assume these are the same weapons they're gonna have in the town, but actually, yeah, you know what? What am I talking about? We wanted to buy a weapon. Let's ride back, or let's fly back. So all this stuff.
Go in.
Okay.
Relax.
Who is this? Barjun.
Later.
Actually, I feel like that character might be there for the Heritage Armor quest. I think I remember doing that and there was like a troll involved. It's been a while since I did that. I definitely might try it, honestly. Once you get to 50, I can pick it up. I will have to see if it gives experience, at least. I mean, at the worst, we try for just the experience to see what happens. I really would like to try Party Sync, though. 50 to 60. I'd be very interested in see. Because now that I've done all 4 zones, I have to say, like, Shadowlands leveling is quite slow, I feel like. I don't feel like it was fast at all. Bastion was fast. I feel like I got through that zone in like an hour and a half. But Revendreth was like, oh my god, it was so long. I did like the main quest and it took like an hour and a half and it was only like a quarter of the zone. Maldraxxus and Ardenweald I think I did to completion though. I can't remember. I don't recall, but yeah, there's a weapon guy over here. Let's see, weapon merchant. Probably the same stuff that other dude had, but no, there's more stuff. Oh, what is this? We can buy these. Wait, what? Why are they? Oh, they're not. Wait, what? That's a one-hander. Why are they all the same DPS? Aren't these meant to be better versions? Like this is more. This is supposed to be better than this, right? What's the scaling to us now? Bearded axe. I quite like the hammer. I might buy one of each, to be honest. What the hell? That's a large number.
Farewell.
Yeah. Oh, what's the faster one? Wait, what? They're the same, but this one does more damage, so... 5 to 7 or 4 to 8. That's interesting. But that's actually kind of small. Axe looks better, I feel like. It's kind of clipping through my cloak, though. Well, we'll try both. Alright, let's go kill this man. We can go down this way and check for the box, I guess. Might as well, it's just right over here. Can you live this? I don't think so. Can't remember where it is actually. Now I don't know. I think it might be here. With our mount, it's gonna be really quick. Darkmoon Fair ends like now, right? Tomorrow? Yeah. Oh, we missed the 1,000 boat bash, damn. Midsummer coming up, man, that's scary. Spring went so friggin' slow and now it's already June 15th. Well, it's not quite yet the 15th, but fast approaching. It's only the 12th. Well, it's actually the 13th now, technically. Might be there. I think it's here. It's pretty. No, it might be there. I don't know. Realistically, it's probably here, and I'll just miss it because I don't have the add-on. I rely pretty heavily on. Oh, here's the rare. This is what I was thinking of. I would kill the rare. Let's see what Wind Fury looks like. Oh, we don't have. Looks pretty good. Yeah, dude, I have to say that looks great. Did they change that? Am I going crazy? Or is that exactly what it looks like in BFA? I swear to God, I have like alpha syndrome. I've been in the past, like I've had to check it pretty hard, honestly. In the past, I've been known to make absurd mistakes. Dude, this one time. Oh my God, dude. I went on the, I think it was probably the WAD Alpha. Yeah, it must have been the WAD Alpha. And there was this, I think it was like a toy or something that had been in the whole time, like all through mob. And I didn't know it was in. Like, I guess I was surprised that I didn't know it was in, but I didn't know it was in. And I made a freaking video on it, like a long like a regular video on it. And the first like 5 minutes into the video being live, the comment was like, "Oh, great video, man, but this has been in for like 2 years now." I'm like, oh God, that's embarrassing. So I deleted it. I had to delete the video, man. It's just embarrassing. I just have like this thing in my head where it's like, oh my God, it's alpha. There must be all these new things. But yeah, realistically, there's just a lot of shit that I just didn't know about the whole time. See, they try to ambush Bane here, but he's skilled. I feel like Primal Strike procs this all the time, so I think we're gonna have some problems. There could have been a chest in here. There's not one. Could have been a chest in here, I think. But that's it. We're done. That was a little anticlimactic, I feel like. It's a bit odd that the friggin' voice acting is only for Bane and not for the Grim Totem dude. I still don't fully understand what's going on with this Grim Totem story. I mean, it takes place in like 4 different zones. All I know is like the Grim Totem have always been a problem for the regular Tauren, I think. Oh yeah, we dinged 12. I didn't even notice. But yeah, I guess they've always been a problem, and they really became a problem during Cataclysm. But like, I'm like legitimately unsure what happens with the Grim. In fact, I remember looking this up. When did I look this up? Must have been in one of those leveling sessions. Grim Totem. Not spying. What's this? Some quest in Classic. Magatha Grim Totem. She's like in Classic, I think, like an important character. Some kind of character in 1,000 Needles, I think. Oh no, now with these new customizations, though, I have to say, female Tauren is really growing on me. If you guys haven't seen it, you should check it out. I feel like I'm teasing you by not showing it, but I don't want there to be like... There's literally like 20 minutes of stuff to look at. Like, for real, we could look at like probably 100 permutations between the two genders. Yeah, female looks good, like I have to say. They have some really good hairstyles, and the war paint looks excellent on them. So I could definitely see myself leveling up. Maybe a female Tauren druid, huh?
What brings you to me?
Been wanting to do that for a while.
Earth Mother, guide us all.
Walk with the Earth Mother. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, we actually have to. I forget. I always forget. We actually have to go to Orgrimmar to finish this zone. That's funny. So that works out well. Hi, Overlord Saurfang, located in Grommash Hold. I wonder if that's the original. Like, if that's who we were supposed to take it to originally. Now, can we fly to Org? If not, we have to go for the Zeppelin. I think we can fly.
Hail.
Oh, it says take me to Orgrimmar.
Ancestors
Okay.
watch over you.
We'll just go ahead and take the flight. As much as I like to take the Zeppelin, sure we're gonna fly right through it. But the Zeppelin it takes forever. It's ironic because this is how it all started. I was doing my Warlock Nomad leveling challenge, and the Zeppelin was flying by, and I was like, whoa, that Zeppelin, what is that? I forgot that it was still in the game, right? Because we talk about this all the time, there's no other vehicle travel in the game anymore, right? They got rid of the Zeppelin to Undercity, they got rid of the Zeppelin to Borean Tundra, they got rid of the Zeppelin everywhere. There's no more Zeppelins. So, that's the only one that's still in the game. And it travels you from Thunder Bluff directly to Orgrimmar. No skips, no cuts. No, nothing. So I actually looked at that as like, hey, this is, I am going to use this for the Nomad level. The Nomad leveling challenge, you're meant to not use any flight paths, no Hearthstones. You're meant to, like, you know, walk the earth basically. And I was like, this counts. We're just taking a boat. Like we're not going to travel. It's no quick travel at all. I thought that was a great idea. So that's when I was like, you know what? I really want to do the Tauren zone. And then I was like, oh, you know what? Instead, I'll just do Tauren 1 to 120. I thought it'd be funny. But it's a cool zone, but there's just not a lot going on in that zone. It's really nice looking, and the music is great, really ambient. But I don't know if they removed quests or what. It just kind of feels like really short, honestly. Like the quests don't really flow well together. But anyway, yeah, so it says Magath the Grim Totem. It was implied in the quest Erikera, that the Serpent of Vengeance sought revenge on the Tauren people, and she claimed it was after Cairn Bloodhoof had tasked adventurers with destroying it. So I don't really know. Where is she in Classic? Is she somewhere? But she's like responsible for... She like poisoned Garrosh's weapon, right? Magath's exile has not ended too well for the Elder Crone and her followers. Horde forces in Stone Talon region have destroyed the Grim Totem's main camp, and the surviving... Wait, what is that? There's a link. Grim Totem's main camp. Camp Aparaji. Where the hell is that? Grim Totem Post. Oh, Camp Araji is removed entirely. What the hell? That's funny. I really wish... Guys, I'm holding out hope, guys. Let's talk about it in the forums, man. But let's get a conversation going. Oh god, this quest again. I really hope they will add class... Hey, there's the Zeppelin. I told you. That's funny. Is that the one? No, actually, that's the one to Booty Bay. I think. No, that's the one... Is it? I don't know. Anyway, I really hope that they will add proper classic zones back to BFA and allow you to use Chromie time. How freaking sweet would that be? That would be the best thing that they could ever do with this system. And I think there's a decent chance that it might happen. I mean, it makes sense. It's just, do they have the time and the manpower to want to do it? I think the answer is no, obviously, for that. But you never know. You never know. I think I might set my hearth here. I should do that, huh? Set my hearth here just in case something happens. Okay, let's go turn this in. And then I guess that's it. We'll just end 1:30. It's time to get off. It's time to get off. I'm excited though. I'm definitely gonna start mop tomorrow. Yeah, we still can't take talents. Okay, we gotta drop this quest though, because I feel like it's gonna not work. Okay, we could still... Okay, I was worried, like, how am I gonna turn both of those in? The Grim Totem been forced out of Mulgore. You must be a fierce warrior to earn the praise of Bane. The Horde needs heroes, one that hold honor in their hearts. Very well, Shaman. I accept you as one of us. That's a good amount of experience, right? Just for flying to Orgrimmar, which you have to do anyway. Elder Farseer. Okay, cool. So let's go to Chromie. We'll just end that Chromie, I guess. See if all this is still messed up. Yeah, Zanger Marsh, Broken Shore. That's funny how that's still like that, but... Oh yeah, this is... I also think this is like a new skin color for them. See how I'm like, kind of got like black arms, but brown, like kind of middle of the character? I feel like this is new, but man, does this freaking character just look sweet, I have to say. I absolutely adore this character's look. Oh yeah, here's that, yeah, we saw that in the last playthrough. Okay, so we are going to pick Mop, Pandaria. Untouched by the war for over 10,000 years, the Horde and Alliance fight to control its peaceful shores, but a dark secret lives within the earth. The factions of Azeroth ignore the Pandarians' warning. What's going on there? It's supposed to be, anyway, that emotions manifest in dangerous ways in these mystic lands. Pierce the mist and explore the beauty, and we will be doing that in the next session. So thanks for watching. We're gonna see you guys in the next one.